Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to today's live session. It's almost been almost a week now. Or whatever way, I think glad that we are all alive and safe. So once again, welcome to today's live session. Today we're gonna just go straight to the point. We're treating biology, and the topic that was chosen for today is adaptation for survival. Adaptation for survival. So I'm gonna be like giving some time for others to join. So we're giving like a minute or two more. Okay. So welcome to Nelson Leonard Space. I can assure you that this is gonna be a blast, a big time blast. I hope you can all hear me. I think last I had a problem with that. I hope you can all hear me. I hope you can all hear me. Okay. That's enough. Let's start. Um, so, fellas, our topic for today is adaptation. The adaptation. Now let's check this thing out. What is adaptation? Adaptation is just simply the modification of structures, of features, or of capabilities of organisms and enables them to survive in their environment. You know, I call it an SBF. SBF. Adaptation is just basically having things, having qualities, having features, having possibilities that allow you to do these things easily in your environment. What is S? It starts with what? Survive. And what is B? We call it what? Breathe. And F, feed. This here is a core one. But if you are peradventure you're in this life lesson here, a physical student, I always say something like one of the core characteristics of living thing. I'm not saying this as a statistically proven fact. I'm just saying this on just opinion and based on just my own perception of life or of living thing. Is these two things? In as much as humans do this for fun, that's intimacy or mating for fun. But this food is one of the core things that is necessity or that is necessary for like the what is it called? The existence of living things. But this one is for continuation, and this is for what? For availability, for being there in that what is it called? In that time, feeding and breathing. Now the ability or the feature or the qualities you have to exhibit these things over your lifetime as a living thing, either an animal that's a toad, a frog, a fish, or a plant, a mango, a roco tree, or a vegetable, is what we call what? Adaptation. Now for writing purpose, now let's take it now, let's define it. What is adaptation? Are we ready to write? Okay, I think let me write on the board. So what is adaptation? Adaptation is a modification of structures, features. Hey, my ink is down. Oh, ink is down. Adaptation is the modification of features, structures, or behaviors that enables an organism. Are you feeling this? What's this? The moment, please. Let me figure that out. Marker. I hope it's- oh, shit. Hmm? Okay. Okay, so back, sorry. Enables an organism to survive and reproduce in its environment. In its environment. Yeah, I think this will suffice for the definition of adaptation. Adaptation is the modification of features, structures, or behaviors of an organism, or whichever way, and enables an organism to survive and reproduce in its environment. That's adaptation. Sometimes, let's just be very honest. I think one of the interesting guy in science is biology. Have you, if you're very, very focused on your environment, you must have observed these little things about. For a good example is the gamma lizard. Tends to like the one the gamma lizard is the lizard that has this red big head. Tends to like hit his head on the ground to attract people from mating. Or is it a peacock that like goes around and spread his feathers to attract the female other female peacock? Sorry, the peafowl. I found the female. That's the peafowl now. Or is it the male human, the Homo sapien, that uses that uses three camera or uses a car or I don't know or whatever they uses or actually what they call it or uses whatever money to like attract that beautiful dancer on the streets or in the church or the one in their working place. I mean, all those things are adaptation because that is why you humans tend to what is it called work hard, impress people, impress those you want to be yours, like the female now, impress them and then ask them out. Yeah, that's adaptation. If per adventure you like for a woman to like like you need to have a big head. Do you know that the whole guys will start spending money on getting a big head, because to attract them. Imagine people have to respect you because you are very, very tall. Then the likes of Nelson is in trouble. Or people have to like give you a job because your hair is is brown. So that means those that have black hair have to like find a way to fake it to become naturally brown. That is adaptation. So it's just that the ability, the modification of your features, structures, behaviors, and able to survive. Another perfect example is the giraffe. Giraffe, which is long neck, which enables it to feed from on top of trees. And oh, sorry, and toad, it's a what is it called? Toad, it's a sticky long tongue. And this our local domestic fowl. It's blunt claws and also blunt and short beak for crushing seeds and eating grains. This is our adaptation. Now we have let us say so we have two adaptive features. We can classify the features of adaptation by organism into two. Number one is structural adaptation. And number two is what is behavioral adaptation. Behavioral adaptation. Now, these are the two adaptation exhibited by organisms, or adaptive features exhibited by organisms. Social adaptation, also known as morphological adaptation. From the word, morphology, I've already said that morphology is just like basically, in a very simple line, it's just physical features that you can see in an organism, or physical things. That's so weird. Anatomy is the internal one, morphological is the external one. So, also known as morphological. Morphological. So these are the two adaptive features exhibited by organisms. Now, before I start treating them one by one, which is social adaptation and behavioral adaptation, what now I would like us to understand today is what I call competition. Competition. Remember the what? Wait. I hope you can always hear me now. Wait, let me confirm. I hope everything is working well. Wait. Okay. 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 So, this is important. Okay, I think you can hear me. You can continue now. So I said we're moving on to what is it called? Competition. Okay, competition. Environment. Our survival depends on some things that are limitedly available. Reason for such circumstances or scenario, competition is being bred. Competition is being born, and it is normal. It is necessary. It is, I don't know, it is the constitution of our existence. So what is competition now? Competition, what defines them in terms of biology now, is just the interaction that is between organisms in the same environment, and that involves the struggle to gain access to limited available resources. I think Normally people around, let's say, the population of women are more than men, so for that reason, men to marry more than one wives. But I think I don't know, a question was popped up in class that leader and the students of mine to check Google, and this statistics that was on Google. I think we are in males, the male a bit higher in numbers compared to female. But however, in normal circumstances, numbers are always not equal. Either the male, the male of those species are lesser, or the female are more. And for that reason, there's a necessity for all to start competing for mates. Plants not compete for what is it called for nutrients. Even living things compete for nutrients. Plants compete for space. So there's competition always edging it due to the fact that there's limited available resources. I get something here. So now, if you want to define competition, now once again, I say what competition is the is interaction between organisms in the same environment fighting for limited resources. For limited resources, such as um, such as food, space, mate, light, etc. That's competition. I don't know. Pardon my writing. I hope I hope you can say it. Yeah, just pardon it, please. So I'll wait for you guys to just copy this down before I move ahead. Okay, I believe we should be done by now. So now, competition once again is just the interaction between organisms in the same environment fighting for limited resources such as food, space, and the likes. So now, competition. Now we have two types of competition. We have number one. Number one, we have intraspecific competition. We have intraspecific competition. We have intra, meaning inside the same species. Then we have interspecific and interspecific. So this one is what same species inside the same. Are we following something here? Okay, yeah, I think it's clear enough. So why this one is what different species. Let's see the word same here. We just same. This one is what things are different. So intraspecific competition is just a competition between the same species. Like the thing here is this is the same environment with this, just that it's just a different species. So if you see what I don't know if my viewers are far, but let me just focus on my own environment here. This is water. If you see two guys now, punching themselves over their girlfriend that is cheating on one girl cheating on both of them. I mean that's intra-specific competition. But of course, when you see a man and the dog fighting. And when I mean fighting now, probably the dog, like the babu, is chasing the man now. That is interspecific. Probably the man has a goat meat in his hand on Passion on Sunday, or and the dog was chasing the man to get the meat. That is interspecific. So, okay, let me use my uh, okay, that's it. Dog and man, dog chasing man, and this one is man and man. So interest, the same. Dog and man, difference. Please keep it together. I don't know. You think that to point it out. In Africa, that's a bit very simple. So of we don't know it. So intraspecific, the competition between same species. Interspecific, competition between different species, but in the same environment. Another good example. Let's ignore this one. I said just for joke. Another good example here is like, for example, hyena and what is it called? A lion fighting over a carcass or something, or what is it called? Probably uh, it's sometimes lizards and what is it called? A lizard and hen. That's domestic fowl now. Fight over something. So that's interspecific. So I think we're done with this introduction to competition now. It's kind of connected to adaptation because competition is one of those things that that requires or lead us living things to have some adaptation, some adaptive features. You guys here. The fact that you need to like have a more stronger claw to fight your opponents and then you develop it. That's adaptation. You get now. So since we're done with this, now let's go back to our two adaptations, which I initially said we have two. We have structural adaptation. Now I think the board has to be rubbed up because now we're entering more sketchy parts of the class. We have to rub up. We have structural adaptation, and then we have behavioral adaptation. Now let me explain both of them once again. Let me explain both of them once again. Two things. I hope you can hear me clearly, and I hope you can see the board clearly too. Okay. So we have. Oh, sorry. Okay, structural adaptation. Once again, don't forget, please. Structural adaptation also means morphological adaptation. No, structural adaptation is just you using or processing some structures that enables you to survive in the environment. The environment is just your behaviors. Like, you know, what is it called? What is it called? The toad make this kind of sound, this croaking sound, or whatever, I need some sound. Sometimes means that is just structure, that is behavioral adaptation. Or like chameleon camouflaging. There's the way this thing works. I guess something. We'll treat them one by one now. And the thing here again is this: under the structural adaptation, it works for different things, not just one thing. There's structural adaptation that you have, or structural adaptive features that you have for survival in environments. There is one for defense, like I think it's true that there are swirls and produce this kind of this slimy substance that just like make snake like give it anytime it comes to attack it. That is under structural adaptation. Are you getting something here? The thing here is we have different functions for this guy. The what is it called? The big the what is it? The big of eagle is both for food and also partially for defense. But the major defense feature possessed by eagle is what? Is it's claws. It's claws. Are you following something here? So we have structural adaptation for defense, structural adaptation for food, structural adaptation for even attracting mates. You don't expect lizard to start using his big red head, which you already know to attract mates. You don't expect it to use that same thing for what is it called? For attract defense. That color you're seeing, that bright color, means that attracts females for mating by the male lizard. It is not that color is not for getting food. if you see an animal lizard on your friends, not in head, will you pass it food? No, because that is not what it's doing. So we'll treat them one by one. And the first one we're starting with today is what? Is social adaptation for obtaining food. I hope you following and I hope you can hear me clearly. Okay, let's continue. Now, if you are with me, you can hear me clearly. I want you to sketch this on your notes.